Welcome, everybody, to Purple A's podcast. I am your host who bleeds purple and gold, Isaac here. So the Vikings, they get their ninth straight victory in a row. They sweep the Green Bay Packers, first time since 2017. Final score 27-25 at US Bank Stadium. This was the last obstacle before the ultimate showdown between the Detroit Lions, and they actually did it. And it wasn't pretty. It's never always going to be pretty and how they win, but the ultimate thing that only matters to me the most is that they win. And that's absolutely incredible. This team is incredible, man. And so there are this game, even though the Vikings got jumped out to like an early lead and then the Packers came back, I was really calm the entire game. I was not freaking out, or anything like that. I was like, you know what? The Vikings, they're going to clutch up. They're going to clutch up and find a way to win, and they did. And this was very similar to the week 4 matchup between the Packers at Lambeau Field. The Vikings jump out to a big lead, and then the Packers rally as of late, and then the Vikings hold off the Packers again. They do just enough to win. And let's get to it, shall we? Sam Darnold has been playing fantastic this season, man. He's 33 for 43, 377 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Yeah, sure, he wasn't perfect either. He had some really high passes, and he had that interception was a bad decision by Sam Darnold, but other than that, he played really, really good, man. He absolutely balled out tonight. He balled out yesterday, man. He was awesome. I think this is the most touchdown passes that we've had in a first-year quarterback, and that says a lot about the coaching that we have right now. So, yeah, he was awesome, man. Really good. Justin Jefferson, 8 catches, 92 yards. No surprise that he went off. It's not really a shocker, really, at all, that he went off. He also had that one-handed insane catch, which got called back by a penalty by Cam Robinson. He was great. Justin Jefferson was obviously great. And Cam Akers, he made some really tough plays when you needed him the most. He didn't have the biggest yards, 6 carries, 18 yards, 2 catches for 15 yards and a touchdown. But both catches were in the clutch. One was a screen pass. The touchdown pass that he had was a screen pass to Cam Akers. That was all Cam Akers, man. That was all Cam Akers. And also, he also made a very clutch play on 3rd and 2 to basically seal the deal and get the win. It was not a good pass by Sam Darnold. It was a bit off. But Cam Akers made a very big leaping grab and got the first down and extended the drive, man, for the Vikings to basically close it out. He was great. Jalen Naylor was awesome too as well. 5 catches, 81 yards, and a touchdown. He didn't drop any notable, crucial catches, touchdown passes that he had. He didn't drop any of them. That 31-yard touchdown, amazing. Also amazing pass by Sam Darnold. I forgot to give him a shout out for that. Jordan Addison, 6 catches for 69 yards and a touchdown. He should have had 2 touchdowns. One of them was dropped, but overall, he still had a very good, he still had a pretty good game, though. Unlike the second possession, I think, for the Vikings, he dropped the pass. TJ Hawkinson kept drive alive, 5 catches for 68 yards. It was a passing game that was the driving force. It was the pass game that was the driving force of the game yesterday. Yes, it was. I mean, the run game, meh, it wasn't that great, but hey, man, the Vikings. But hey, the pass game is where it was at. And the offensive line actually did a decent job. I thought they overall did a much better job than what they did in the past few games, where the offensive line was very bad. But this time, but yesterday, the offensive line did a much better job. They only allowed 1 sack. And the only thing I would really say is that they struggled in the penalty department, but overall, I thought they did a really well job, man. And Blake Cashman, I thought the defense absolutely played great. I'll get to Blake Cashman in just a second, but the defense though, I felt like you needed to force Jordan Love to throw the ball. They did absolutely that. Although yes, they did allow 67 yards to Josh Jacobs, 4.1 yards a carry. Not great, but overall, I thought they pretty much did. I thought they held their own against a very good rushing attack in the Green Bay Packers. So I'll give them credit where credit is due. Blake Cashman, obviously he continues his reign of terror on these quarterbacks. 11 tackles, 1.5, 1.5 sacks. I mean, he was absolutely the major reason why the Vikings were able to get pressure on him in the first place. Blake Cashman was all over the place. He's been a force. This dude was a really good signing by Kwesi and company. Stephon Gilmore had some really nice coverages. He absolutely covered dudes really, really good. Absolutely amazing job by Stephon Gilmore. Andrew Van Ginkel, he was almost had some near sacks again. He only got credited with half a sack, but still was all over the place making plays. Dallas Turner had a sack. Jerry Tillery had a forced fumble, and this is the biggest difference from Dean Lowry between Dean Lowry and Jerry Tillery is that Jerry Tillery can make plays more than Dean Lowry, and he had that forced fumble that sucked all the energy out of the Packers to start off their first drive, where it looked like they were going to go, and he popped the ball out and got the turnover. Absolute amazing job. And they also forced a turnover on downs too as well, the defense did. So, I mean, considering all circumstances, I thought the defense played really well. And really, I think 17 points is all they allowed, which is not bad at all, man. They really only allowed I think they only allowed 18, really. Because the 7 points, the first touchdown was off of an interception by Sam Darnold. And then we get to some of the uglies that really happened there in the game. The end of the first half, clock management. Oh my God. Kevin O'Connell channeled his inner Matt Eberflus. With 1:16 with all 3 timeouts left, Kevin O'Connell ran the clock down to 19 seconds before calling his first timeout. Really? That was awful clock management. He was lucky to get a field goal out of that. Should have gotten a touchdown. You know, he got bailed out by a penalty by the Green Bay Packers, and so they were lucky to get a field goal out of that, man. And just awful clock management at the end of the first half. That ain't the recipe for winning you a Super Bowl or anything. It's not. It's just not gonna happen, man. And so Will Reichard was 2 for 4 on kicks today. Listen, man, if I'm not really saying he's Blair Walsh 2.0, but it is a bit worrisome. I don't know really. He's not really fully healthy, but maybe he's just emotionally, drained or something like that. Like he's not there, but if it's anybody that can get him out of the dumps, it's Kevin O'Connell. I truly believe this dude can get him out of there, but we just really need to see what's going to happen the rest of the way. Overall, I'm not really worried about Will Riker. Just and also kind of the fourth quarter defense, just giving up 2 straight touchdown drives. I mean, I put that more on the offense than I do the defense, but the Vikings, I think the defense did stand tall against a decent Packers offense, so I will say that, and a decent run game by the Packers. So I'm not going to entirely blame the defense, but also the offensive line penalties also killed some drives, but other than that, man, I mean, the Vikings, they got to win, man, and it's just amazing, it was absolutely amazing, man, and I don't care if it was the same game, from week 4 against Green Bay and how the Vikings won in that fashion, but they still got the win, and they had to handle their business the rest of the way, and they had to do it in order to take the NFC North from the Lions and get the number 1 seed. Everything is at stake here, and it really doesn't matter if the Lions lose or win tonight against the 49ers, because if the Vikings win, they win the NFC North. They basically win everything. So basically at Ford Field on Sunday night, it is an absolute bang. It's going to be an absolute banger of a game, man. And I have no doubt the Vikings are absolutely going to come to play against this team, and they've shown it. What they've shown me throughout these years is with KOC is that they have found amazing ways to win. I can't believe it, man. They just have done a outstanding job, bro. Sorry, guys. They've done an outstanding job finding ways to win. And I was really calm the entire game. So, I mean, I had no doubt in my mind that they would win. And they did. They did. They did, man. They found a good way to win, man. And they are very close to the NFC North title. And we'll see how it goes on Sunday. But right now, let's enjoy this moment, Vikings fans. They are going to be in the playoffs, a tough out. Either way, if they win or they lose, they are going to be a tough team to play. They are going to be a tough out. Whether it's going to be, I mean, so be it. Whatever happens in the NFC North showdown in Week 18, so be it. But I'll tell you what, man. They're going to be a tough team to play, man, win or lose. So, yeah, this is absolutely exciting, man. I am so excited for Week 18, man. So, I think the Vikings will absolutely do it. I absolutely believe it, man. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, Skol Vikings.